Hello, my name is Professor Eric Anthematten, and I will be your instructor for your first year Integratives Seminar 1. Unfortunately, I'm unavoidably out of the country this week, but I very much look forward to meeting all of you next week and getting started on the course. So we don't get too far behind, I have two small assignments that will be due next week, and I'll explain them here. The first assignment is very simple, and it should take no more than 15 minutes to do. What I want everyone to do is to update their Canvas bio, their Canvas biography. So that consists of three things. First, you'll upload a picture to your Canvas bio. This can be a photo of you, it can be an avatar, it doesn't matter, just some image that represents you or a semblance of you, a likeness of you. The second aspect is to write a short 100 to 150 word bio. This can be something that's very straightforward, who you are, where you were educated, what you're interested in. But really what I'm looking for is tell me something that makes you unique, something that maybe most people that know you don't know about you. So something that gives you a little bit of personality. I'd prefer this to be written in the third person, which is to say, try not to use the word I, write it as if someone were writing about you. But we can talk about this once you get it uploaded. Basically, just write 100 and 150 words to have something there in your Canvas bio. The third part, maybe the most important part, is I want you to add some links. The most important link is a link to your learning portfolio. Now, Learning Portfolio will be explained to you more in depth in studio, and it will be something that's very important throughout your time at Parsons and the new school, but hopefully something you can use after you graduate. So it's very important that we as teachers and all of your future teachers and other members of the new school community have access to this. You can make certain posts private and public. Studio will talk to you about this, but we need to be able to have access to it. So you need to include a link to your learning portfolio. I would also like 2 or 3 other links to websites that interest you. These can be links to your own social media if you have a practice that you'd like to share with some of your already existing work, great. But maybe some other sites, news sites, art sites, blogs, again, just so that we as teachers and other members of the community can kind of have a sense of who you are. So to recap, Canvas bio, very simple. Upload a picture, 1, 2, a short biography, 3, a link to your learning portfolio, and some other links. The second assignment is a little more in depth, but should be fairly straightforward. The purpose of seminar is to work on your reading and writing skills. This is a skill that is something that's necessary to become better artists, better designers, better thinkers, better humans. So we'll be doing a lot of reading and writing. One of the ways that I check on this is through a series of reading responses. So every week you'll have a set of readings, and most of those weeks you will have to do a formal reading response. Now the reading response is done through a template that I provided on Canvas. It's on the home page, but it's also in the files. And you just have to fill in each of these sections with a response to one of the readings. So the way that it works is, first you will choose one of the readings from one of the weeks. We'll go over the syllabus in depth next week, but if you look on the syllabus on the course schedule, on the far right-hand column is a list of readings. And what you'll do is you are responsible for all those readings or most of those readings each week. We will discuss them in class, we will go over them, and you will have to, before class, have one of those reading responses done. You choose one of those readings, you read all of them, but you only have to do one response for each week or for most of the weeks. And you fill out the reading response template, again, which I provided. Very straightforward. First, write your name. Second, you're going to write which particular reading you're responding to. Now this first week, I'm not going to be too rigorous about it, but eventually when you write this, you're going to have to do it in what's called Chicago-style citation, which is a formal way of citing the text. We'll go over that, and hopefully you'll become experts at that. So, thirdly, you write a short summary, 50 to 100 words, just so that I can see that you understand the main idea and the main point of the reading. Very short. Fourthly, maybe the most important part is just a reflection. You know, what do you think about the reading? What things provoked you? What things were challenging? What things do you agree with? What things do you disagree with? What things were inspiring? What things were confusing? What things were you curious about? So this will be a little bit longer, but it's in your voice. If you do it sincerely and authentically, then you should get most of the full credit for it. But if you kind of do it halfway, then you won't get full credit for it. But again, this first one, I'm not going to worry about it too much. But as we move through the semester, I'll expect a little bit more. And then finally, simply some questions, 2 or 3 questions that you have if you were to be able to ask the author, or other kind of philosophical, conceptual, or practical questions that you might have for each reading. So again, to recap, you'll choose one of these readings, and I sent a message out that shows you which ones I expect you to have read by next week. They're short, don't worry. Some of them are as short as 1 page. And you will just offer a response. So your name, a citation, a short summary, a short reflection, and a couple of questions. This will, once you fill it out, it'll be no more than 2 pages. And once you finish it, this is very important, because a lot of people throughout the semesters don't do this, and it shows to me that you either not following instructions, or you're just lazy and you don't want to do it. I'll help you with it on the first few weeks, but after that, it's something that needs to be done. And it's simply this: convert your file to a PDF. If you don't know what a PDF is, it's a file format that's consistent across all platforms. So convert it to a PDF and then upload it to the section in Canvas. Every week it'll say assignments, reading response, week 1, reading response, week 2. So make sure you upload it to Canvas, because Canvas is the way I can grade it, I can make comments, I can see everyone's work. Okay, so once you finish the reading response this week, have this done by the time I see you next week, simply upload it to Canvas in the appropriate response. So those are the 2 assignments: your Canvas bio and your first reading response. When I see you next week, we will have a lot to do, but I won't overwhelm you. It'll be our first time meeting, and I want to make sure that we start with really good momentum, but also that it's something that you can digest, and something that's not too overwhelming. So welcome to the new school, welcome to New York City, and welcome to your college experience. This next 4, maybe 5 years will be some of the most important of your life. So take the time to live in the city and be a human being and grow and laugh and cry and smile and frown and do all those wonderful things that humans do. But also know that this might be the only time in your life where you really have the time to read and write and develop those things. And that's your job. And so that's what we're here to help you to do. And I hope to see you next week, and have a good first week.